Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Our OnePlus 6 finally has official support from TWRP. Today I'm going to walk you through unlocking the bootloader, installing TWRP, as well as rooting our OnePlus 6. This is TK and this is XDA TV. On the PC, there's a few things we need to do before we unlock our bootloader. First thing we need to make sure is we need to have universal ADB drivers installed. I'll give you guys a link to that. There's also a link here into the article if you scroll down when they go through the installation process. And there's also the USB drivers for the OnePlus 6. You can either download them from the thread or you can connect your device to your PC and then the secondary partition will show up giving you access to the USB drivers. Make sure those two are installed correctly and you can access your device. And once you're done with that, we can move on to the next step, and that's turn on a few options within our device. Go under About Device, scroll all the way to the bottom to the build number and keep pressing it till you see that you are a developer. Once you get that option, go back once. Now within developer options, there's a couple of things we need to turn on. We need to turn on OEM unlocking, we need to turn on USB debugging, as well as the fact that advanced reboot. Once you have all of these things done correctly, connect your device to your PC. Now if your installation is done correctly, you can just type in ADB devices. It's going to give you the option to say authorize. And once you authorize the device, run the command one more time till it says device. And you notice right there, now it says device. So now we can move forward with the actual installation. So what we need to do now is either use the command here to reboot into fastboot, or using the advanced reboot on the device, since we turned that on, do is using the fast reboot or the advanced reboot option on the device and reboot into the bootloader or fastboot mode. And you'll notice right there at the bottom in red, it does say that the bootloader is locked. So now we're going to go through and then switch over to fastboot command. And you'll notice again, fastboot came up right here. We are connected and the drivers are working great for us. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and unlock our bootloader. Again, keep in mind, doing so will wipe your device. So make sure at this point, if you haven't backed up your device, stop, reboot your device, and then back up your information and get back into this step. But if you're ready with this, you can go ahead and move forward. We'll do typing the command fastboot OEM unlock does initiate a new screen on our device, and we'll switch over to that. Using the volume rocker, go ahead and select the option to say you do want to unlock the bootloader. If you do not want to, just say do not, and it will restart and your device doesn't get modified. And then using the power button, you will select. The device will have a small vibration and rebooting with this new warning message. And again, as I mentioned to you guys, the device is now reset, meaning it's going to be brand new, nothing is saved on it. But at this point, we are unlocked and we're ready to be able to proceed over to the next step, which is installing TWRP. Now the device is rebooted into normal state. As I mentioned, this is almost like brand new. So I'm going to skip through the actual setup process, and then we need to load a couple of files onto the actual device. On our PC, we'll go ahead and transfer the Magisk manager, as well as the Magisk installer and the TWRP enchilada installer itself. Not the image, just the installer. These three files will be needed, as we'll use them. We'll be using actually the boot image that we have here when we boot the device into TWRP temporarily to install all of these three files. We'll go back into the developer option to turn on advanced reboot so that we can jump directly into the bootloader mode. At this point, you'll notice on the device that the bootloader says it's unlocked. So we're ready to be able to boot temporarily into the image file that we downloaded for TWRP. You notice we downloaded two files. There is an image as well as an actual installer. So now we're going to boot into the image so that we can use that installer. Type in the command fastboot boot and then the name of the image. So TWRP-3.1-enchilada.image. Do not do the zip file as it won't work. Once you do this command, it's going to be downloading, uploading it, and then you'll notice that your device is going to reboot, but it should be rebooting into a temporary image of TWRP. Go ahead and swipe and say allow modification. At this point, we have booted up into a temporary image of TWRP. We're going to go ahead and install using the installer that I loaded up already on our device. This process shouldn't take too long. Once that process is done, you do have the option of installing Magisk for root. So I'm going to go ahead and install Magisk 16, which is version 16, the latest version available. And again, there'll be a link in that in the description. And then once we're done, just go ahead and reboot your device. Now that our device is back up and running, we'll go ahead and install the Magisk manager that I already put in on the root of the device. And there we have it. We have Magisk installed, safety net passes, everything is set up correctly. Super easy, super simple process. Again, I'll give you guys a link in the description below to the entire process. Like and subscribe to this channel, like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.